Good evening, or actually probably good night. It's late enough. It's Nosda rather than Noswaithda. Nos no anyway. It's late, and here we are on the last two levels of the zombie zombie outbreak. Now somebody did message me and say, is it a really hard event? And yeah, it is. It is. There's no two ways about it. It's extraordinarily hard, particularly once you get to the end. And this was my farming team, which, as you can see, has got three healers in it, or three. Crockett is technically an armourer, but Nima, Pika, Crockett, they kept everybody alive. And then Thresher and Marina did the damage. But now I'm going on to the last few waves. Now I'm going to drop. Let's get rid of the. Going to get rid of the antidotes and swap the antidotes for hypercharged drinks. Keep a few healing potions in there as well, just to keep things going. And here we go on to the last level. Now, basically, most of what I've got is for the boss wave. There are 4 waves now rather than 3, but the mobs, the mob zombies, zombie agent, zombie etc. They're not amazing. They're not too troublesome. Hunter zombie. Okay. So they will just hopefully die quite happily. Die. I obviously swapped in Blunderbuss here. Now Blunderbuss is going for the speed kill, which is why I brought her in. I'm not exactly aiming for a high score here. It's more just about finishing it. Like I say, as I've sort of previously mentioned, the zombie event is like my least favourite of all of the events. So I'm not going to be upset if things don't quite come together. As ever, the gravestones are annoying, and that's why it's really hard to get. Well, it's one of the reasons it's really hard to get a high score, because you can't predict when which zombies are going to turn into gravestones and then come back, and it's just stay dead. But they just don't follow that rule, and because you can't predict it, you just have to sort of go with it. So yeah. So the mobs are not too hard. The mobs are almost incidental. You have several waves of mobs, but you don't really need to consider them too much, because you as long as your team is reasonably strong, you will get through them. It's worth having a healer, like I've got Pika, but also Crockett. So between them, one healer and one armourer, it does make quite a difference in terms of bashing your way through the waves of mobs. But the healer and armouring thing is not enough once you get onto the boss wave, which is what we'll talk about in a second. So there we are, another gravestone there. Blow that gravestone up before it. There we are. I had a horrible feeling that happened. Like I say, it's annoying, like which zombies randomly turn into gravestones and which ones don't. Because obviously now I'm wasting time on this this particular zombie, but he's dead. Well, I say he's dead. Oh no, he's not. He's not dead yet. Zombies withstanding a huge amount of attack damage, although some of that is down to Blunderbuss's chance. There we are. Anyway, so there's that zombie is dead. Now here we are on the boss wave. Now, when you get onto the boss wave, what I would tend to recommend, this is what I've found to be the most effective tactic on boss waves, on whichever, whatever boss wave you're up against, is freeze their mana with a Chronoblaster, and then chuck in a like a flame. Now I've gone with the flame bomb, but you can do it with shock grenades, but you want one of your more effective grenades there and then. Chuck one of those in, so they're not generating mana. They're on fire. They are dying as I continue through. You can see now most of the three of them are mainly below 50% health, which is good. Now I'm not going to reactivate Blunderbuss because she's already active. This will probably kill the one in the center. There we are. That's him dead. So yeah, the tile damage you can see is pretty good, but also the fact that they aren't able to generate mana and continue the attack. Now there we are, frozen their mana again, their charge again, and boom, 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 boom. This time they will they will be dying. They're not going to be able to keep going as it stands. Now they're regenerating. They're generating charge again. You'll notice I'm not using the flame thingamabob that's up at the top of the screen. It's essentially fairly rubbish unless you are dealing with the gravestones. It's really good for getting rid of the gravestones, but it doesn't do a huge amount of damage to the bosses or the mobs or anything else. So it's like save it for the gravestones. Oh, a Blunderbuss has been killed, and she's been killed by like the regular attacks. You know, it's nothing out of the way going on there. I can see one of them has got their special skill ready. There's nothing I can do about that, but I am going to freeze their time again. Hit her with some more attacks. Zombie bat attack or whatever that was there. I don't know. Right, there we are. She's gone. All right, there we are. This is where the charge drink thing comes in, because it immediately gets rid of the gravestones. The gravestones are hella annoying, as I kind of mentioned. Yeah, the gravestones drive me crazy, but there we go. You know, that's kind of what they're there for. And who's this one? Scarlet. Very nearly dead, Scarlet. You can see now there we go. And I'm going to activate this again. Obviously, Scarlet is resurrected as a gravestone, and boom, she's gone. Hooray! Hurrah! And she's out of it altogether. So you can sort of see the key things with the Chronoblaster and the flame bombs. The Chronoblaster, to be fair, is the main thing. And Chronoblasters, doesn't matter what level you're at. If you can craft Chronoblasters, you can basically beat any level, I would argue. Within reason. I mean, you know you need to have sort of fairly strong heroes anyway. But it does give you a huge amount of flexibility if you can build Chronoblasters. Without Chronoblasters, there are a lot of levels which, to be fair, I would really struggle with. You might get away with it if you're lucky enough to have a resurrecting hero like Xenia or Terminus. I don't have either of those, and so if my heroes die, well, I mean, I could take the whatchamacallums, the revive hero things. What are they called in this game? that's going to bug me now. It's just going to bug me because it isn't going to come to me immediately. The life life reinforcers things, but basically, even if you take whatever you take, it's worth there's nothing really touches the Chronoblasters as a way to deal with the boss waves, and they are awesome. Can't recommend them highly enough. Chronoblasters will make most of your opponents die, which is what you want, and it stops them doing that because it stops the special skills of the boss waves. It essentially nullifies the bosses, makes them a lot less, an awful lot less dangerous than they are when they can cast their specials on you. And one of the zombies, like, I think he steals your healing, because certainly you end up dealing with him. You know, he basically won't die. to be blunt, he won't die again, because I suppose he's a zombie. But you end up replaying it. It's like, just get on with it. And you end up just I've had boss waves which have just dragged on and on and on and on and on and on, and you think, oh, it's never going to end. Whereas Chronoblasters just get rid of that. You know, you don't have to think, oh, it's never going to end, because without his special skill, he just ends up getting killed, which is good. Yeah, which is good. What are we up to here? Is the last but one wave. So we're just heading on to the final wave. Once these three mobs are dead. Again, the mobs, they're not amazing. You notice I'm saving the what do you call it, attack at the very top of the screen. That's being saved. There's no point in using that until right, here we go. The Purifying Blast. So I've checked in my Purifying Blast, but I would only check it in once there's a gravestone. I wouldn't waste it until then. It takes quite a while to fill that bar at the top, or it can do, and it's more important to have it for the bosses. So here we go. Here's the Chronoblaster. So that means they're no longer gaining any charge, and the firebomb goes in. I'm going to target the one in the center simply because a couple of my heroes, Thrasher is going to do damage to the hero in the center and everyone around them, so it makes sense to kind of check him in. I'm going to throw in one of these Purifying Blast bombs. Actually, they've obviously upgraded them because they do a reasonable amount of damage now. It used to be the damage they did was horrendously pathetic, whereas now they're doing a reasonable amount. I'm just going to keep Blunderbuss alive with a couple of healing things. I can see that they're gaining charge again, so freeze the charge, chuck that in. This should kill the green one. Ooh, I thought that would kill the green one. That's disappointing. Again, Blunderbuss I activate last because I do want the special skills to hit. Can't activate that. See, this is where you... this was a mistake I've made. I've activated one of my Purifying Blasts early, and now that guy's gonna resurrect, and there's nothing I can do to stop it. The resurrection is annoying. It's just so much easier if they just stay dead. This is his thing where he steals health back. Right, let's freeze them again and chuck in one of these. Gonna activate Pika's special. Get health back. I've got to deal with now, because I haven't activated it quickly enough. Now my heroes are being poisoned, and the poison is slowly going to kill them. There's nothing I can do about it. Because I didn't take antidotes. Now, I would have taken antidotes. Antidotes are worth taking. I didn't take them this time around because I'm reliant on the Chronoblasters, which are as effective or more effective in a lot of ways than antidotes. Might as well activate this. Alright, that was... Yeah. The green guy's already died, so the other two are still a reasonable way off dying. The all go. There we go. Freeze their skill. Random fly buzzing around my phone. So if you can hear like that's just what that is. I don't know where he's coming from, but there we are. Death from above. Bum 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 bum. So because their special skills are nullified, they're not nearly as dangerous as they could be. That should... I know there's a gravestone there. I'm going to hope... right, what I'm going to do is chuck in a flame bomb. There we are. I thought she might turn into a gravestone. And boom! The purifying blast clears out the gravestones. Or will do. Ooh. Okay. Ooh, frozen. Oh, there we are. Phew. Thought that was going to go horrendously wrong then. And there we are. The last wave is dead. Like I say, the Chronoblasters and flame bombs. You can also use the shock grenades. They're very good. That was a great display of power, Commander. The zombie outbreak is under control again. But look at all the destruction the zombies left in their wake. Such sweet destruction. Vigo, I'm being serious here. It's time to rebuild and prepare for what comes next. You think there's going to be another zombie outbreak? What happened here was no mere coincidence. I'm sure Hellstein and the Dread Army were behind this, and they'll never learn when to give up. Well, this is true. Arguably, people playing the game never learn when to give up, including myself. There we are. So, 50 zombie coins and some useful bits just for completing it. Certainly useful stuff. 1,297, not an amazing score, but as I sort of mentioned previously, I wasn't going for a particularly high score because I don't particularly like the zombie missions. Does that give me enough to summon a zombie? I say summon a zombie. No, because the last time the last zombie I did a zombie summon even earlier on, and I got Catalina, which is a 3-star regular hero. So where's Catalina? Yeah, there we are. So this wasn't my zombie summon because she's obviously been leveled up, but that's who I got. And it's like, what a waste of time. So I haven't had any luck with zombie summons. But there we go. So that is, as I say, that's kind of it. Once again, it's completing these extremely hard missions. If you have, and I would strongly recommend, it's worth having your workshops upgraded to level 19 is where you need to go to. You don't need to go quite as far as level 20. Actually, arguably level 18 by the look of this. So you want your Chronoblasters, which are absolutely key. Shock grenades are really good, or flame bombs, which are quite a long way down. The two, whichever one you take, can really make a difference. But the Chronoblaster is absolutely key. And I should probably craft some more because it looks like I'm obviously clearly running out of them. They are the ones which will allow you to dominate any bosses, simply because they can't generate charge, and that means that they will die a lot more quickly. So Chronoblasters are, the bomb. Anyway, so thank you very much for watching. Hope there was something useful in there. Like I say, just sort of beating the zombie event isn't that easy. Obviously, there are over 1,000 people who have beaten it more significantly than me. But it's one of those things. I've had a busy weekend. I haven't had a chance to massively max out my score, so I've gone with what I've got. But there we are. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Do please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. It just remains for me to say, may death come swiftly to your enemies. However, goodbye, good night, Nostar.